Jacqueline, I'm really, really thrilled and excited to be welcoming Jacqueline Wild, or as many of us like to call her, Jax, from Glitter and Earth. How are you, dear Jax?
Hi, I'm really good. Thank you, Po. Thanks so much for having me. That's great. Great to see you.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. And I wanted to start off, this is me being super, super curious about you. How
Okay.
did you begin this journey of art, and how did you know that you had that knack inside of you?
Okay, that's yeah. When did I start? Well, I've always been creative. I've always liked drawing and making things, but to be honest, I always thought of myself as a writer. So, like, in a way, my art's something that I just keep getting drawn to, and I think because I didn't put the pressure on myself, like, to be an artist, it just kind of flowed and just kept on going. So it was like, yeah, something that I just really enjoy doing. And like, my writing's been something that sometimes I have to sort of push myself more to do. There's more pressure, I've got more blocks there, sort of psychologically. So yeah, with my art, it's just kind of like there's been no sort of like, oh, I must do this or I must do that. And yeah, it's just happened. And after sort of having Tabitha and just sort of my creativity has been something that's just like kept me sane, really. Because I used to surf a lot, and that used to be my thing, sort of my balance in life. And without being able to do that so much, like, my art's kind of become that for me. It's become a real outlet. And yeah, it's I've never sort of dedicated quite so much time as I have had in the last year or so. So yeah, exciting. I never had any idea that I loved it so much and that it could do so much.
Yes, and you're so darn good at it too. I mean,
Yeah.
it was almost by accident. I don't know how. I don't even remember how, but I know it was by accident. Maybe someone liking or commenting something on your post on Facebook, and then I started seeing all these wonderful fairies, and I realized you were doing this 100 fairies project. Now, what is that all about, and how did that come about?
But that was like, yeah, I mean, in a similar sort of way, I was following another artist. I think it was Yvette Newport, and she was doing her own 100-day project, and she was doing 100 faces. And I kept seeing those popping up, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. How is she doing that? That's really incredible. And then I saw there was like a new sort of 100-day project thing coming up, and I was like, wow, okay, let's do that. I can do fairies. And like, with my glitter work, I do these, like, tiny little things, and I thought, 100 fairies, no problem. That will take me a short time. But then I just sort of started using it as a way to, explore new ideas and sort of push myself a little bit more. And it just kept taking more and more time each day. I sort of wanted to do, just something that looked good. And then I learned how to use Procreate on the iPad, and that's like a whole new world, and it's just amazing. I love it. You can do so many things, and instead, like, a lot of digital art can be really airbrushed and ultra smooth, and I don't really like that. I really like, something that looks a little bit more grainy, a little bit more like, it's had hands on it. It's a bit like, Star Wars versus Star Trek. You got a lived-in world, and you've got this like totally smooth world. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You can do all that with that. So I'm still learning.
Well, I absolutely love the way you do art, and I love the way your prints look too. It's exactly what you said. It's not airbrushed and it hasn't been refined. Like, for me, if owning artwork, I like things that actually look like art and work has actually been done on it. And
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, just agreeing. Yeah, I feel the same. because it's the way I do it. I mean, I do it using my fingers, so I feel like it's, you know, very much a real creative process that's very, very connected. And just because it's kind of digital, like, I don't know, it's just another tool, just another way to do it. It's good.
Another thing I'm curious about is why fairies? What is your
Why
connection with
fairies?
fairies?
Well, I think like what it is that, you know, I sort of see them as a metaphor for everything that's magical, and just the wings sort of show it. They're very similar to butterflies and the transformation. And, you know, I kind of, you know, I feel the energy as well. Like, you know, you live in a place like Cornwall and you can't help but feel the magic of nature. And there's so much that you can feel but you can't see, and I kind of like bringing that to people. I think that's really important, especially in today's day. You know, you sort of want to spread a bit of magic and a bit of love, and, you know, if I can do that, that's just brilliant.
Oh, you definitely do that. You definitely transport me somewhere else, like back. It brings out the inner child, and that's why I say every day I'm actually excited to go to your page because it makes you smile, makes you happy. Now, would you happen to have a few examples of your favorite creative work near you right now?
Well, what I've got about the way I've done it, I've got it on an iPad, so I can show you this way, because some of the things that my favorite glittery piece of work that I've got has been sold. So I can show you this way. I get it on like that. You can, so people can have a bit of a look. But this is like my older style, my glitter style. And what happens is that when you do these things in real life, they come alive. It's quite magical in itself, and just lovely thing to have. And I'll show you my newer pieces if I can do that. Where is that? Sorry, multitask. I'm gonna talk and do something as well. Da, da, da. It might be easier if I just look on my photos then. One of the things I wanted to show you specifically is like this one, it's like a mermaid, Oceana, this one was called. And what I find is like special about it is because it's actually based on a real person. Somebody from Facebook just said, you know, can you do this? This is my daughter. So she sent me a photo and turned her into a mermaid, which is, yeah, good fun to do. And there's something about working from an actual person or from people's suggestions, because a lot of people have suggested fairies for me to do, and it's nice to sort of draw that energy in as well. It's not always something that I would have thought of, and so it feels a little bit more collaborative, which is lovely. And it's Bee Fairy, you can see that one. It's one of my favorites.
Yes, same here. Where did the inspiration for the bee fairy come from?
That was a lady, Melanie Stokes, down the road. I had an article in the paper about my work, and I asked people to suggest fairies to me, and I sort of bumped into her, and she was like, "What about Bee Fairy?" And she had a hive of bees that were just about to move in her garden, so I think that was like on her mind at the time. But yeah, it just that image, it just kind of jumped in, you know. Because I'm doing everything like a fairy a day, I don't have much time to really sort of work through ideas. It's kind of like just doing it, and maybe that's why it works. So because, you know, I don't have to
Overthink?
censor myself. Yeah, exactly. That's my Phoenix fairy.
Oh, yes.
I'm quite pleased that. And I might use that as a front cover for my book. I'm trying to like work out what's the strongest image for me and what's gonna pull people in. So it's kind of
You
exciting.
have to tell me more about the Phoenix Fairy. That's definitely one of my favorites. How did that come about?
Phoenix Fairy. Well, that was my 50th fairy, and so I kind of wanted to do something a little bit, yeah, a little bit more special. And I think there was like a, I think it was like, oh, why was that? There was like some sort of phoenix energy around. I'm not too sure exactly how that was. I sort of subscribed to certain sort of like emails, and one of them was it's like a tarot sort of thing, and they was, yeah, some astrological thing was in this phoenix energy, and I just kind of ran with it. I just thought, right, okay, let's do this. And yeah, so I did a bit of research, look on Pinterest and get some ideas, and there's a lot of very colourful phoenixes I found, and I just liked the idea of incorporating sort of like the ashes and the end as well, getting the blackness, but then sort of have that redness of the bird and the renewal. So that's kind of how that came together on a theoretical level. It's kind of nice when that happens. It's got a bit more depth to it.
Very beautiful, and I'm very confident a lot of people can relate to that piece. I know for me, I can relate to it because many new beginnings in my life, and that piece was definitely very magical for me. Now,
Good.
I'd love to hear a bit more about your up-and-coming projects. What do you have coming up for yourself after this 100 Fairies project?
Well, yeah, I'm sort of working on a book which is gonna incorporate my fairies. I'm not gonna have all of them. I'm gonna sort of select my favourites, put them together in a book, and get those out there, get those fairies flying, which is, yeah, very exciting. Good project to be doing. I think that's going to take me a little while to get sorted. Well, not that long actually. The book's nearly there, but I think in terms of just like working out how to distribute logistics, And then I don't know. I want to work on a few exhibitions, maybe that sort of thing. So that's gonna keep me busy, I think, for the foreseeable future.
Well, I can't wait. I definitely need to get a copy of the book. And if I'm in the neighborhood, I would love to go to the exhibition as well. That would be awesome.
Yeah, you'd be more than welcome, of course. It'd be lovely if you came to the UK, but I think you've got plans to go to Canada, which is kind of exciting.
Yes, but look, anything is possible. Nothing is off limits.
No, it's a beautiful world, isn't it? And the more we can explore, the better.
Absolutely. So speaking of exploring, how can those watching the video or reading the blog post, how can they find out more about you? Which links can we take them to?
Okay. You can go to my website, which is jacquelinewild.com. Do you want to spell that? Jacqueline's kind of one of those tricky words, isn't it? Everyone asks, but I don't know if I give you the link or something. Would that be the best thing to do?
I'll have the link available for them around the blog post or around YouTube as well. So that's fine. And also, what is your Facebook page? Just a reminder.
Facebook page is Glitter and Earth, and you can find me on yay. Yeah, it's going to be the name of my book as well, so I'm going to run with that title. So that's going to be everywhere, hopefully.
Yes, I have no doubt about it. And Jax, thank you so much for joining me. It was such a pleasure to get to know you even further.
So much. No, thanks so much for taking the time, and that's just great. No, I appreciate it.
Guys, get jumping onto Facebook, Glitter and Earth, and get jumping onto JacquelineWild.com as well, because I'm telling you, you're going to get addicted into fairy world. So
Thank
thank you,
you.
Jax, and bye everyone.
Bye. Thank you.